A little more than a month ago, we reported on a hit-and-run crash in St. Paul that left a woman dead, and her daughter was begging for help to find the driver. Tonight, we have evidence yet again that you were watching and took action. St. Paul police arrested someone in that case this morning, and they tell us they couldn't have done it alone. Here's Kent.
That's absolutely right, Jana. Shortly after the crash, police shared video with us of the vehicle shortly after it fled the scene. In the days that followed, they tell us they received many more tips and video clips that helped them trace the path of the vehicle and connected to a digital trail that led them to the alleged driver, who is now booked on a charge of vehicular homicide.
A series of 3 deadly hit-and-runs in close succession have taken a toll in St. Paul this year.
It's very sad.
But when Police Commander Jeremy Ellison first talked to us about the hit-and-run that killed 58-year-old Lisa Giguere as she attempted to cross this stretch of Pennsylvania Avenue on her way to the gas station, Ellison wasn't just sad.
We are going to find this person.
He was confident that between all the security cameras, digital tracking tools, and old-fashioned investigative effort,
We have a ton of people working on this case.
they had a real shot of catching the driver of this minivan. But 1 month, hundreds of tips, and more than 1,000 pieces of digital evidence later, and he says they couldn't have done it alone.
We really do appreciate the help from the public with all the information that they gave, as well as all of the different businesses and homeowners and everybody who provided video evidence to us.
And he's not the only one who appreciates it.
I want justice for my mom.
When we last spoke to Danelle Dolson, she was preparing to say her final goodbye to her mother, whose life was cut short at a time when she seemed to be turning it around.
She was in treatment, a sober living house. She was set to start her new job March 2nd. She was starting to get her life back on track, and she was doing everything that she possibly could to make it stick. The question that I keep asking is, why? Why run?
It's a question she may soon be able to get answered in court now that a suspect is in custody.
I know the investigators had a really long conversation with him this morning, and one of the high points from the discussion was, if he had stopped and called 911 and rendered aid, this case would be completely different.
Though nothing can change things now.
Like I said, I just want justice for my mom.
Danelle reached out in a statement today saying, quote, "I'd like to thank everyone who worked so hard to give my mom the justice she deserves. I'm grateful for all the support."
Ultimately, at the end of the day, these fatal crashes have an impact on all of us in the police department, in the community. It was really just a big team effort to put everything together and make this case.
And despite St. Paul police arresting and booking the suspect on a charge of vehicular homicide, we aren't naming him because he hasn't yet been formally charged. But I can tell you that this is now the second of those 3 fatal hit and runs that have ended in an arrest. Investigators are still looking for the third. Jana?
So Kent, all the tips, was it just to find the car and then the car matched to the person?
Yeah, it was really to help get really a path of where the car was that night, and then some of the evidence tracking, of course, the videos and other things that helped connect that digital trail. And it's really important, they said, because in talking to that suspect, they found that he had not been driving that vehicle since the night of the accidents. So if it wasn't for this, they're not sure anyone would have seen it.
Okay, that's such an important piece, and to remind people that they can help when help is needed. Appreciate it, Kent.